You're gonna have this coming down, and then you've got a little hook thing here that you can push this in and out, and then you've got that plunger rod there, and for some reason it's not working. I'll have to unscrew it and pull that out, and then push this down and figure out exactly where it is, push that down there, line it up and all that. Sometimes people don't like those hooked in. You know, if you got girls, teenagers, lots of times they'll want to pull this out to clean this out because they get their hair down in there, and maybe they don't fill the sink up with water, you know, for anything. And so then you don't need to have that connected. But at least the parts are here, and I know that's just something I'm going to do. Of course, you know, when I get ready to do it, like I say, anything I do in here, I'll make a video of it. But I even saw there's some smoke alarms, and those look like a good style smoke alarm. It looks like the kitty ones from Home Depot, because I looked at them a little bit more closely last time I was here. See, that's a really nice kind, and I may pull it apart and see if it's just battery operated or if it's hardwired directly into the electrical system or something like that. They look like they're pretty new too. Now usually when you get them, if you're the one installing or whoever installed them, they should put the date when to replace it or when it was installed. Then you know how old they are. There's a little tag up there. See right in there. Replaced by. Nobody filled it out, did they? Because you can only have those 10 years. Every smoke alarm manufacturer recommends that every 10 years you take the whole thing down. Don't just keep replacing 9-volt batteries all the time and thinking, okay, hey, it's 20 years old, it's still working, I'm just going to keep putting batteries. No, don't do that. Because if you have a fire, your fire insurance company may not cover all of your fire damage or whatever happens. If somebody dies from smoke inhalation and they find out a smoke alarm didn't go off and it was because the smoke alarm's 20 years old, you think the insurance company is going to want to be responsible for that, want to pay for that when they know that it's an old smoke alarm and it should have been replaced years ago? No. So every 10 years, you want to replace that. And this style, I know, is a lithium battery that once you click it on, it stays on for 10 years. You don't even have to replace the battery. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to get up there with a 9-volt battery every year, wondering when it's going to start chirping in the middle of the night. You have to replace the battery, and you forget how long ago you replaced the battery. And then it goes off again in 9 months because it needs to be replaced again. No, these you don't have to do that. And most smoke alarms nowadays are the lithium style, 10-year. But I think they still have some where you can get the 9-volt batteries. So check it out. Make sure you get the lithium ones, okay? Yes, do that. I'm just kind of looking. See, for this, I'll probably I might take these out or I might paint around them. But the best way to do it is to take it out all the way. You know, when I repaint this whole thing, I'll probably just pull it out. Then I know where the holes are. And hopefully the last person who installed this, they found the studs. Now, I don't know. And when I pull one of these out, hopefully there's a plastic anchor. Hopefully it's not a toggle where the toggle thing's on the back side of the sheetrock. You take it out, you take it out, you take it out. Then you got to replace the whole thing the same way. You got to buy more toggles and all that kind of stuff. But I want to do it to where I don't have to worry about cutting in. I don't want to have to cut in all this. I can just roll this wall out. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but then you don't get any paint on anything. You don't have any shelves in your way or anything like that. And so that's probably what I'll do. And even the light fixtures, I'll probably take the light fixture down. It doesn't take long to get the light fixture down, and take it down, and then I don't have to paint around it. Same thing with the smoke alarms. I might do the same thing with that. Might do the same thing with this light here. If I ever want to put a ceiling fan in here, maybe I can later on. I don't know. It just depends what kind of junction box I have. If it's a plastic junction box, it's not recommended to hang a ceiling fan off of a plastic style junction box. I don't know if I can get up above that in a ceiling, or if that's the roof, or if there's no attic space in there, I have no idea. Okay, so because if you have an attic space, you might be able to get up there and cut the plastic box out and put a metal box, put 2x4 between the ceiling joists, the trusses, whatever, and put a pancake box up in there, or run it up higher, run the block up higher, and you can put a regular size junction box up there. Who knows? You know, anything like that is possible. If you got a light here, you got a light switch for it, you know you can take that down and put a ceiling fan up here if you want. Okay, even the blinds. Of course, I'm going to take the blinds down. I take the little hooks down and all that kind of stuff. Get that out of here. Look at this. There was a wall. This is the outside wall angles. See there how it angles like that? And they left this here. I'll have to talk to Momi. I kind of doubt she's going to want those there. And more than likely, I'm going to pull this out, patch the wall up there. It looks like it's just freestanding shelves, but see, now's the time to take them out, right? Not after you paint. Because I may have to patch the sides of the walls. It looks like it was cut in tight and they caulked that, so when I cut this out, there's going to be a caulking line I'm going to have to take out. Hopefully I don't mess up the sheetrock. I don't want to just beat this out like I'm doing demo with a sledgehammer or hammer, because depending how well the caulking has, it could tear the sheetrock, the face of the sheetrock paper, and you might have some big tears. Now you got to patch your walls, you know, without the sheetrock top paper on there. You try to put sheetrock mud on there, and it always wants to bubble up. You have to seal the wall and all that kind of stuff, and do stuff special, and then spray texture this and match it in. I don't want to do any of that. When I scrape out the caulking, you know, yeah, I may have to touch up the wall a little bit, but it's going to be way less than trying to spray texture, patch there, patch there, patch here, patch there, that kind of stuff, okay? And when the carpet guy's here, I'll have him look in all the rooms and make a determination whether or not it needs to be stretched. Now see here, look at this. The last person who was in here, they decided to cut the carpet here, and they removed the carpet and the carpet pad, and they put down a what is that? A cedared little tongue and groove flooring, and then they put trim along the baseboard to cover up the bottom edge from where that carpet was before. That's kind of slick. Mommy was saying she could kind of smell the cedar in here, and she liked the smell, and I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like that, but you know what, this cedar flooring has been down for so long. Well, I don't know, 3-4 years, I'm guessing, and I don't really smell it that bad, but that was kind of a good thought. And the other closet, they had cedar too, I think, in here. Where is it? Oh, over here. Yeah, see? They've got the cedar floor on there. That's the angle bit of where the stairwell went down, and they thought to fix that, they put steps here. They put just these little funky steps so that you could step up this, and they're solid, and get up on your shelves. I thought, oh, that was kind of a good idea that they did that. And so see, when I paint this, I'll take it all apart. I'll take all that stuff down, remember where it goes. That way, when I get all done, I put it all back, and it will look like I never was there doing any painting, getting paint all over the place. Even this, I'll take these blinds down. End up taking these blinds down so I don't have to cut around them and kind of slide this out of the way and you know, cut in the front bit. And hope that I don't get any paint on this, like when I'm painting the ceiling, if I get any droplets down. You want to get a droplet on your nice Venetian accordion style Hunter Douglas blinds? I don't. I'll take those down. I'll probably take that vent cover off. That's for an air return. They just put it way up there. And see where they got this smoke alarm? Look at that, way up there. Of course it's up really high to where I can't reach it. I'm gonna have to get a tall ladder in here and then step on that and get up there. and stuff. But like I say, those are supposed to last 10 years, and those are probably 2 or 3 years old now. I've probably got another 7, 8 more years before I have to mess with that. Okay. But I don't know. I don't know if they could have lowered that, if they could have put it, like, see where this little ceiling drop down is. They could have maybe put it right in there. You know, I've seen that in other condos where they'll put it on there. Then you can reach it with a 6-foot ladder. You know, or get a 6-foot ladder, climb up on that, and then reach it. I used to do some replacing in Hawaii, and I had to step on the top of the 6-foot ladder and then get up on my tippy toes to barely reach the smoke alarm that was over an area like this where I could reach that, or up in the living room. You know, they had one there in the main room, and I could barely do it with the 6-foot ladder. And so I'll just check all of these different areas. I'll check the exhaust fan, make sure the exhaust fan's working. This particular light is called a vent-a-light. There's a vent in there, and then one of these lights is for heat. One of these lights is for light. So if you're in here taking a shower and it's really super cold, taking a bath or whatever, and you want more heat on you, you turn the heat light on. Or if you just want the regular light on, put the regular light on. It's called a heat vent-a-light. And those were the common things that people put in years ago. Not too many people put a heat vent-a-light in anymore, but you know. Here's some fire sprinklers. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to mess with those. I'll just cut around those with the paint. And see, there's not going to be a whole lot of things I'm going to have to do in here when it comes to remodeling stuff. Lots of painting, lots of door adjusting, handle replacement, hinge replacement, stuff like that. And not much construction work, but all this stuff, this is all kinds of stuff that you can do yourself. I mean, no sense paying somebody else to do these things, okay? Obviously, here, see, they had a cabinet. They had a cabinet right here, and they even put liquid nails, construction adhesive down here in the bottom, and they had it mounted with 2 little dinky screws. Oh no, those were screws for the back of the cabinet. No, they probably used those screws, and then they probably just put mastic on the bottom and taped it into place until it was dry. They probably didn't know where the studs were. But anyways, I'm gonna have to mess with that. Take these plastic hangers out, patch that, get all this stuff, and kind of finagle that in. And this mirror, I'm probably gonna have to cut in. Oh no. Oh good, okay. I wasn't sure if they glued this or not. See, it's flopping at the bottom. That's because there's a rail on the back side of here, on the back side of the mirror, and then there's another associated rail that is kind of like a boop boop, and then on the mirror it's boop boop, and then you screw that to the wall. So I can lift that up and get that out of here. I'll take that light fixture down and stuff. Oh, the battery's flashing at me. I'm gonna have to change the battery so I can finish this video, and I'll be right back because I brought a battery with me. How nice.